All right, so let's take a look at number 37. All right, so 37 said, which of the following rational numbers is equivalent to negative 4/5? All right, so our choices are 4 over negative 5, negative 12 over 15, negative 16/20, and negative 4 over negative 5. Okay, so here's the deal. When you have a negative fraction, the negative can either be on the numerator, like we have in our given. The negative could be on our denominator. It could be out in front of the entire thing. But you only have one negative sign. All right, so this is a negative 4/5. This is also a negative 4/5. Even though the 4 is positive and the 5 is negative, these two are exactly the same thing. It's a negative fraction. So we know that is equivalent. We know the very last one can't be. Why? Why is this negative 4 over negative 5 not equivalent to negative 4/5? Addison? But what does this actually mean? Negative 4 over negative 5. If I simplify that, what does that actually equal? Negative 4 over negative 5. Layla? Positive 4/5. This is just 4/5. What's a negative divided by a negative? Positive. So negative 4 over negative 5 is a positive 4/5. All right. Now we need to see both of these two are negative. The last two fractions available are negative. So I need to see if they are equivalent to this. So let's take a look at negative 12/15. Well, 12 and 15 have a common factor of 3. Negative 12 becomes a negative 4. 15 becomes a 5. So that's equal to it. And then negative 16 over 20. By the way, you can put the negative on the numerator or the denominator. It doesn't matter when a fraction's negative. They're both divisible by 4. So this ends up being a negative 4 over a positive 5. That is also equivalent. What else can I do for you guys? All right, put this away, get your notes out. All right, so today is the 13th. We're still in 4.6, so 4.6 continued. We're still talking about rational numbers. All right, so now what we're going to be focusing on is evaluating formulas and expressions. When we talk about evaluating, what does that mean? When we talk about evaluating, if I say I'm going to evaluate a formula or I'm going to evaluate an expression, what does that mean? All right, let me give you an example. I want you to evaluate m over n for m equal to negative 2 and n equal to 8. What does that mean? That I want you to evaluate that expression. Talk to someone sitting by you. Figure it out. We've done this before. Does that mean that you're going to be doing? Come on. Seriously. You guys, seriously. Think about it. Evaluate m divided by n when m equals -2 and n equals 8. What do you think you're going to do with this stuff? What do you think it might mean? Just take a wild guess. What do you, because we've done this before. This is not a new idea. What do you think evaluate means here? Audrey? Yeah, substitute those numbers in for those variables and simplify. So evaluate means substitute the given values in for the variables and simplify the expression. You guys, that is a basic idea. That should not have given you troubles. That idea of evaluating. I mean, you've been doing that since 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. All right, so I have -2 over 8. What does that simplify to? What does -2 over 8 simplify to? What common factor do 2 and 8 have? Divide that out and tell me, what does -2 over 8 simplify to? Come on, Mia. Yep, -1 over 4. Alright, so I want you guys to do this problem. I'm going to show it to you. You're going to write down the givens, the necessary information, and then you're going to do this problem. All right. Read the entire thing before you write everything down. The speed of the car changes from 37 feet per second to 102 feet per second in 5 seconds. What is the acceleration in feet per second, or feet per second squared? Use the formula, all right? It says the formula is A is equal to F minus I over T, where A is acceleration, F is the final speed, I is initial speed, and T is time. All right, so you need to write down all of that information. That includes not only what the car's speed is changing, the car's speeds, but you need to know what the formula is, and you need to know what each one of those variables stands for. That's all part of your given. You had something like this on your test. So it's important that you write the formula down, what all the variables in the formula stand for, and then the information they give you. And then you're going to use the equation to solve this. Go do this, please. I cannot impress on you enough that when you're using a formula, you need to write down what the variables stand for. by you, see if you guys got the same answer. So once you've written the formula down and you've written what the variables stand for, then you've got to go back up into the information they've given you and see what exactly have they given you, what variables from that formula have they given you. Alright, it says the car's speed changes from 37 feet per second to 102 feet per second in 5 seconds. So you've got to figure out which variables that information is. Talk to people by you. If you're having troubles, talk it through. But you should be able to go into that story problem and pick out what information they have given you that you're going to substitute into that formula. So it looks like they've given us 2 speeds. Alright, so when I look at my formula, I have 2 speeds. I have final speed and I have initial speed. How do I know which of those 2 speeds is my final speed and which of those 2 speeds is my initial speed? Everyone's listening. The car is going from 37 feet per second to 102 feet per second. Those are both speeds. At this final speed, I is initial speed. How do I know which one of those 2 speeds is the final speed, which one of those 2 speeds is the initial speed? Aaron? Exactly. We're starting at 37, so that's the beginning, which is the same thing as initial, right? And then we're going to 102, which is the end speed, right? Which is the same thing as final. So you should have substituted 102 in for your F, 37 in for your I, right? What else have they told us? Dominic? 5 seconds, yeah. All right, so the speed's in feet per second, the acceleration's feet per second, so our time has to be in seconds. All right, so if you didn't finish that up now. And when you're done, check with someone sitting by you, see if you got this, see if you guys got the same answer. So off to the side, I should see you doing that subtraction. And you should have gotten 65 over 5. This is all the work I should expect to see. Then I'm going to do this division. So I end up with 13. 13 what? 13 what, Pierre? No, it's not 13 feet per second. Go back up into the problem and look at what acceleration is measured in. Romano? Feet per second squared. So it's really important that you're paying attention to the units, and then we write that as a sentence. The acceleration would be 13 feet per second squared. Always explain your answer, please. All right, let me give you a couple to practice on. Questions on this? Okay. All right, so I want you guys to do the following problems. I'll put one up there, get going on that one, and I'll put the second one up. I want you to evaluate 7 minus b divided by 3a, when a equals 6 and b equals negative 5. Let me give you a tip here. Remember, adding opposites. Go ahead and get going on that, please. And I'll put the second one up. Check with someone sitting by you to make sure you guys got the same thing. If you didn't, see if you guys can help each other out. All right, here's the second one. Help each other out if you need to. Any questions? Talk to someone sitting by you. Jeff, what's up? The formula S is equal to 1600 divided by d squared gives the strength of a radio signal, strength as a variable S, at a distance in miles d from a transmitter. What is the strength at 5 miles? Okay. Let's take a look at the first one. Someone tell me what to do on the first one. Layla? So I have 7 minus, okay. What? Over 3 times, thank you. Excellent, keep going. Awesome. That's the biggest thing to remember is add the opposite on that. All right, and what does that simplify to? How many of you guys got that? Awesome. Nice job. All right, somebody do the second one for me. I have x is equal to 1600 divided by d squared for 5 miles. Somebody do this one for me. Mateo? Excellent. $64 what? Does it tell us? Let me see. I don't think I wrote down what the. It doesn't really give us units on it, does it? I didn't give you guys the units on it, so I would just say 64. And I would say the signal has a strength of 64. The signal has a strength of 64. I'm certain that that has a unit to it, but it doesn't. It's not telling me it in the story problem. Are you guys cool with this? Yes? Okay, you guys are good to go.